sure
is on high-speed rail.
We get a good rate on who does the job, or perhaps high-speed rail could be the public job element here in central New York. I think about some of those places I'd like to go. We did town halls out in Ontario, for example, in Auburn, and I would have loved to jump on a high-speed rail to get there instead of having to put gas in the car and wake up my campaign manager to take me there. So I think high-speed rail could be, it has a definite potential to be an economic boost for us as citizens to get people back to work. I think it would promote tourism, it could help people get to jobs, outside of the places where they live, and I think it's one of the ideas that unfortunately, I wish that Anne-Marie, as representative, would have supported, because it has tremendous potential to benefit our local economy, especially since the money is already there and they want to give it to us.
This is one among many issues that I disagree with Dan Maffei and with Ursula. They both have been strong proponents of high-speed rail as a means to get our economic engine going here in upstate New York. First and foremost, it's going to take 20 years to do it, and upstate New York doesn't have 20 years to try to develop our economy and jobs. We have to do something now. The throughway tolls should not be raised. That's an immediate impact that would raise the cost of trucking and bringing in product and exporting product. That's number one. Number two, we've got to do a better job with our airport. I know, I fly in and out of there a lot. The cost of airfares, the unavailability of flights. If we want to increase the number of people coming here, we've got to work on that as well. The issue with high-speed rail and the support that Ursula and Dan have shown for it is we really don't know what is the plan, what is the cost, what is the study, the utility study that's out there that hasn't been finished up yet. What we do know is that there's no plan for that train to stop along the way. And this is not a new concept. Governor Cuomo in 1993 tried to push the high-speed rail plan. It doesn't make sense for upstate New York. Man, that's just the reality of it. The eastern corridor from Washington on up to New York to Boston, that makes sense. There's a lot of people. But if you think about the practicality of high-speed rail here locally, there's no plan for it to stop in Wayne County. Wayne County, there's a lot of mom-and-pop businesses that will fly by there, and it's not going to help any of those businesses. But we don't use rail up here because of the population, because of the population density. So even if it did stop in Wayne County, do you think there's a bus or a car or any way to get around once you get to Wayne County? These are practical discussions that we have to make. Just look at Amtrak. Look at the problems they've had with Amtrak and whether or not that's sustainable. It's not. The government has to fund it. The government has to. So these ideas, while they may be the most well-intentioned, they don't make sense. And government, when it doesn't make sense, it hurts real people. Ursula talked about economic power of the federal government. The federal government doesn't have an economic power. We're $16 trillion in debt. The money for high-speed rail would have to be borrowed. It would have to be borrowed from China. There's better ways to make sure our environment is kept clean. There's better ways to transport people around. But this is it's a pie-in-the-sky idea that's not good for upstate New York. It really will not help us in upstate New York. There's better ways to get this economy going. There's better ways to deal with this issue.